Greetings, everybody. Today I'm feeling a little haggard. What's that noise? Hold on. It's a bottle of mineral water. Whoops. So, yeah. I've been having major downloads again today about all kinds of things. I've been loving my etymological dictionary app. It's helping me a lot to get clarity on some well-worn words that are in the vernacular, in the English language. I'd be very curious to learn some other languages and see the differences in the vernacular, see if how their language has been hijacked, their words and their sentences, their spells. Today I was curious, well, yesterday I said this, but I'm still curious about it, the difference between feeling and emotion. And I'm not sure exactly, I don't have a lot of clarity yet on it. I did look up feeling, and it originated as, feeling, like I'm feeling the texture of this sweater. I'm feeling my skin. And then it switched into how you're feeling, how you are emotionally. So maybe, and I think emotion was always that, always feeling from your vessel. So I don't know. I know I'll get more clarity on those two words and their usage, the proper usage. Today I kind of stumbled onto this topic of the heart, and since I started meditating, I've been going into my heart space more and more, traveling into my heart space via my third eye, via my imagination, via my creative pineal gland. So yeah, I've been going into the heart and finding nothing but like peace, there's nothing but peace in there. Because when I'm in there, I'm loved unconditionally, and that gives me great peace. To just know in every cell that I'm good. I don't have to do a dang thing to change who and what I am in order to be loved. And I mean, this is what I know this is what we're all looking for, even if we think we're looking for wealth, and I don't mean to say it like wealth. We're looking for, we're just looking for a way to feel safe, through all these different things, through wealth accumulation, through relationships, through partners, through everything that we hustle and bustle around like little scurrying ants upon the face of the earth. We're really, really coming after this feeling that is in the heart space. This is what we're all looking for. It's all in here. You've had it all along. Just like the Wizard of Oz and Willy Wonka. It's always been there. It's always in there. So then I started to wonder, well, if that's what's within my heart space, then where are these other kinds of feelings coming from? These feelings of, abandonment, betrayal, desolation, unworthiness, all those kind of feelings. Where are they coming from? And my next illumination was, well, through meditation I've learned that that our thoughts, well, they create our emotions for one thing, but they also are, some of them are not our own. Some of them are implants. Some of them are maybe not a physical implant, but an implant nonetheless. They've been implanted into our thoughts, into our minds, in order to control us, to keep us feeling dismally depressed and unworthy and unlovable and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And some of us, we came into families that were already completely, ancestrally participating in this implanting of untruth. So then I just was wondering, well, where does the heart come into that? Where does the heart come into these feelings caused by these thoughts? I mean, our hearts are pure. Our hearts are pure. I mean, maybe there's the inner region of the heart, and then the sort of like the knee-jerk reaction region of the heart that just responds to our thoughts. I don't know. And can a heart be broken truly? So that's one of my major questions that I'm waiting for the answer, through thoughts or signs. I know the answers will come. It's just a really fascinating question that I came upon today that you may find it fascinating. And then it led me to the body as a temple, that our bodies, we've been taught from the Bible through 1 Corinthians that our body is a temple of the Holy Spirit. And I looked that up. Temple is a place of worship. Worship means worthy. Like it all just sort of like took me down this trail of realizing, okay, and at the end of that 1 Corinthians thing, it says, your body is not your own. Now I'm kind of like, okay, that's interesting. So I've been swirling around in etymology and in the human condition and trying to prove what I know from my experience of meditating every day for 20 minutes, first thing, before I do much of anything else. I know that I am worthy. I know it. I mean, shit comes up, let me tell you. And that stuff that comes up that tries to keep me away from this knowledge, that is not of a high frequency. And that is not a frequency that I wish to hold. So these lower frequency thoughts that have been implanted for centuries into our bloodlines, into our humanity as a whole, Homo sapiens as a whole, we've all been infected with these destructive thoughts that keep us from our worthiness, from our worshipfulness, from our wholeness, from our holiness, from our temples, from our being a worshipful being, a worthy being. And I'm so happy that I meditate every day, because now I'm learning how to communicate these thoughts that are being poured into the top of my skull. And I appreciate that so much. I'm excited for everybody on the planet to start meditating every day, just for 20 minutes, first thing after you get up, before you do much. Before you tune into the news, before you start getting into the argument that you were in yesterday again, whatever, whatever kind of energy is trying to suck at you. Like this, today when I was writing it, I wrote that it was like this, it's underneath everything. It's just this writhing, massive, icky, gross nastiness that's always like trying to get my vital energy. You know, it's like, that's, I do not want that. I do not consent to that. I consent to source. I consent to dwelling in source. So that's it. So much. So much unformulated. So it's not formulated yet. It hasn't become formulaic yet. And I know that it will. I know that I'm on the right track to being able to communicate to other beings that they have worth and that they can find it in the house of the holy, the holiest of holies, your heart. Your anahata chakra. It's like the crown jewel of the human body. One would think that perhaps the crown would be the crown jewel, but I mean, each chakra is the crown jewel. That's the truth. Is that each, you cannot say one takes precedence over the other. They're like, it's like a constant flow up and down this system of beautiful spinning energy. You know, like you can work on one, like I'm working on the root chakra now, and that's only going to affect the chakras beneath and above. It's only going to improve them. It's only going to make them spin in resonance, in, you know, with the energy of the one below it or above it. So, and that's how each of us can see ourselves as a chakra, you know, as our Merkaba that's flowing through the air, and our energy, our frequency is affecting other Merkabas that are flowing through the air, and we're all beginning to spin in resonance. So the more that you spin high, the more you're going to affect all the other spinners. It's all good. It is. It's all good. I want to thank you for your presence. I want to thank you for listening. I'm sending you major love. Peace.